Hey y'all, this is Moni.
And this is Kat.
Hey Kat. And this is the Fake Ass Book Club. Wait, can we both say it or no?
So welcome back, you guys. It's your girl, Moni.
And this is Kat.
And this is Kat. I always feel like there's a weird pause. It's like, are you leaving me
I
out here in the
I didn't know if you were gonna say more stuff.
No.
And we're not gonna talk over each other today.
It's true. We're not going to do that, you guys, but welcome back for another fun episode. Today's episode, you guys are in for a treat because our theme today is Life Inspires Art, and we're going to be exploring ways in which everyday life shapes the work of artists, turning mundane moments into masterpieces, and just celebrating the ordinary things that sort of inspire our life and our work. So kind of like our podcast, friend. You know
Kind of
what I'm
like
saying?
that.
Like our real lives inspired this, and now it's art, and now you guys are here with us. So welcome back. All right, so let's get into our guests. I want them to, because I want them to be able to introduce themselves the way that they deserve to be introduced. So we're gonna start with Boxx, the artist. She is a renowned visual artist, and take it away, Boxx. Introduce yourself to the listeners.
Well, thank you for having me today. It's always a good time being back with my faves. My name is Boxx, the artist. I'm a full-time visual artist. I've been practicing for approximately 6 years and located in Indianapolis, originally from Gary, Indiana, 219. Stand up all day.
Stand up.
I practice expressionistic portraiture through various different mediums. My main medium is acrylic, and also I've been recently emerging into digital for literally since the pandemic. So digital art is really taking over for me a lot lately because I get just a lot more work done and can really experiment more without just the hassles of supplies and messes and all of those good things. I've worked on just various different projects throughout the city of Indianapolis, notably installing a 5-story mural downtown Indianapolis, Major Taylor mural for the bicentennial project that concluded this year. I have had pieces in Indianapolis International Airport. This year, I was the DeHaan Artist of Distinction, awarded by the Crystal DeHaan Foundation that funded me to do my own creative project that actually premiered last month, October, at Gallery 924 downtown. So with that project, I premiered different portraits of Black women through portraiture, photography, as well as film. And overall, practicing artist, I'm located downtown in the Stutz. I have a 6-month residency with Pattern Magazine. So, you know, I'm really housed up here where I get to practice my creativity, experiment, host events, and, you know, we have something coming up pretty soon that we'll get into.
That's intriguing.
It is.
But
I love
that's
it a lot.
me, you know. Follow
Absolutely.
me on social media, Boxx the Artist.
Listen, enjoy the
2Xs.
background because we're here at the Stutz Building. This is her art studio.
Go
Thank
to
you.
YouTube.
Thank you for housing us today. Like letting us, because we were just joking about how we're like podcasting hobos at this point. We're homeless, so we
We're
move around.
unhoused.
We move
We're an
around.
unhoused podcast, but
Wait,
we
is
still have our
hobos-
dignity.
I'm about to say, do we get canceled for saying hobos? Is that like
Yeah, you're canceled.
Oh, no.
So now that you're canceled,
Damn
let's
it.
let's hear what DJ Mary Jane has to say before she cancels herself.
Let's not do that. Yes. Next illustrious guest. Please introduce yourself.
All right, I'm DJ Mary Jane. I'll make it real short and simple.
Am I long-winded?
No, you just done a lot of shit.
You have.
Right.
You
You
have.
have.
You have. It's a good thing, though.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
I know I should have been like, that's enough. You're doing too much.
Showing off now.
Hey, I was going to say
Can't you
something,
be
but I didn't
lazy?
want to look like, you know,
You be
people
lazy one time.
overanalyze
Y'all not about to
everything
bully
now.
me right now. Is it not Women's Empowerment Month?
Oh,
It's not.
We're already
It
canceled.
is.
It's not.
That's true. We are
But
canceled.
it is.
It is.
All right, DJ, go ahead and tell us about it.
No, I'm DJ Mary Jane. I'm a full-time DJ as well. So I also do a lot of community events. I did the community baby shower at the cafe. That was a partnership with the Mom Cave. And we were able to help over like 150 mothers. So it was literally just like a baby shower. You know, it was diapers, pacifiers. And then we did pretty much a diaper drive. So we gave over 150 boxes of diapers, and shout out to the diaper bank for providing that for us. I've DJ'd for Pride, the Wine Fest. I've DJ'd a lot of things, but right now I really can't remember it. But
it's okay.
I'm definitely
link will be in the bio. Listen, all of the stuff will be in the bio. You guys will be able to pop in and see all of the wonderful things these two ladies are up to. So I do want to thank you both for being here.
And thank you for having me.
Yeah,
as well.
Thank you. This is dope. And I actually don't know the story about how you two work together. Can we get into that before we talk about it?
We was just talking about this.
Like,
how did this happen? It just, I just say it was just the way that the universe aligned, and it was just supposed to happen that way. I know for one, you reached out for Pride. You were at the Slutty Vegan, and not Pride, but the Indiana Black Expo. And you were like, "Hey, you available?" That was like in April. He was like, "You available in July?" And I was like, "Shit, I think so." Like,
so I booked her to DJ Black Expo, and I feel like that's where our friendship started. I feel like you my friend right now.
You are my friend.
Because I be wanting to fight her. And
is it this year though? You mean like
she was ready to tear my damn head off of
I know. I was under the impression y'all went like back like reverse.
Like house shoes or something.
We actually met some
about
years ago though.
Yes.
But not like for real. She bought some art for me. At an event. And then
couldn't get rid of her.
I reached out about.
No, it was funny though.
At that time, I didn't know you was a DJ.
I was just like, I was buying the piece of art for a girl that I was with, and I liked it. So, but it was like closing time, and she was talking to somebody, and I was just like, "Hey, how much is that piece?" And she was like, "Give me $30. You can have it." Now look at this shit. She got art.
See, that's why you get it on the ground floor.
I bought a $35 piece of art from. It was $35 actually. It was $35. She was like, "Give me $35." Yeah.
Let's go. I love it. I promise you, the vibes we're giving y'all knew each other for a while because it feels like a really good partnership.
We sit on the phone like old ladies.
I love
2 hours, 3 hours.
For like 2 hours, just like phone call, not FaceTime, phone call.
Oh my God, I love it. That's what's up though.
Some of the shit we already talked about.
Yeah, but I mean, so like to me that does kind of segue into our topic today because we're talking about how life inspires art, and so like basically you guys' partnership. It has inspired some things that are going on. I want to talk a little bit about what you guys, I know I'll let you shout it out officially at the end, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the event that you guys have coming up. So do you guys mind talking about that real quick?
Please?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
So the name of the event is Artifact, and we actually determined that name sitting right here up in the studio, just brainstorming, throwing out ideas like, yo, we need a name.
We had the visual and the name in like 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, but with the name, it was more so just a play on word, like an artifact. And then we were like art and effect because art gives you the visual, and then effect, it can give you that audio feeling. So the event encompasses art and music fused together with DJ Mary Jane curating the sounds, and then I'll actually be curating a visual art installation featuring over 13 artists. Local artists of color from the city of Indianapolis as an installation inside the Studs building, 1060 North Capitol, where we're gonna have the event. So it's really just an exposition highlighting music and art and how they fuse together. And you really can't have one without the other. I don't know nobody that really create in silence. They're probably
I was just about to say that. You need music to create.
And even in the gallery setting, I feel like it really enhances it and it allows you to connect where you're using your visual senses and connecting with the music. I just feel like they go together. Like they either go together or they cousins, something like that.
Absolutely. I
feel like brother and sister, like they siblings.
Well, they siblings.
There we go.
They're related for sure. We know that.
For sure.
Yeah. All right, so like I want to kind of get into it. I was thinking, so this is your second time on our show. Actually, it's the second time for both of y'all.
Yeah.
This is dope.
We're hanging tough.
We definitely are. So I wanted to ask you guys, like, what is the role that your personal lives and personal experiences play in shaping the narratives within your art? Because like we just talked a little bit about how music and visual arts sort of merge together to tell a story. How do you feel like your lives sort of inspire what you do? So we'll start with Boxx and then we'll just go like that. DJ Mary Jane. It was long-winded, wasn't it, at first? I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you. Okay, DJ Mary Jane, let us know.
As far as my personal life, This is the first time in a long time I've been able to like actually just sit down and really realize that music is what I want to pay the bills. So I think as far as my personal life, I've made music my livelihood. And I think in order for you to make something your livelihood, like you have to love it. So I would say like that's just one thing that inspires me. Like I just want to do this forever and I want this to be my income because I love it so much. So I want it to pay me.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. That's a beautiful sentiment. What about you, Boxx?
Can you repeat the question?
Yes, I definitely can. So I'm asking, what role in your personal life have your experiences, your lived experience, played in like the art that you create, basically? Like the narratives around it. I feel like it's telling a story, right? Like,
I don't feel like I answered that question then. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I think you answered it beautifully. And if you want to re-answer it, we edit and we can put that one in. So if you want to
put them both.
I feel like you told us you want to make your life about art.
Yeah.
And that's you did it.
Thanks, Kat. With a K.
So that's why I keep her around. She's so supportive. Thank you. It's reassuring. But yeah, so how does your personal experiences shape the narratives that you create within your art?
That's a really great question. And I had this piece that I sold yesterday. It's called Talented. And it's a piece of a young child. It could be he, him, her, or they, holding some paintbrushes. And in the background, there's like this picture with squigglies on the wall. So I feel like with that piece, that was a representation of me when I was a child. And as a child, my grandmother used to bring me in her room. And my grandmother lived with us. And she would bring me in her room and just have me draw. And she would tape the pictures to the wall. Like it would be, her whole bedroom wall was full of just these crazy looking pictures that I done drew. And at that time, I didn't know that's who I was, but I feel like she knew who I was before I knew who I was. So I always refer back to that memory to be here now and, you know, having like my pieces hang in the Indiana State House. So I just feel like, I don't know, it was destiny at the time, and to always be able to come back to it. Like I will always draw. I won most creative in high school, most artistic. And so everything was there all along. Like it's like we leave ourselves these breadcrumbs, and I just never really noticed it because my mind was so focused on going to college and get a degree and work in corporate America and, you know, financial security. So I just feel like the gifts that we were naturally given, it's throughout this journey of our lives, and I was able to tap back into it, and it was really impactful just having that experience, you know, younger as a child and not even knowing that there was a plan the whole time.
Our gift's supposed to pay for itself.
I agree with that. I think I like that you're making that point that sometimes like other people can see that in us before we can. And it is, I mean, I feel like it's important to have those people in your life that see you for who you are and really support it. You know what I mean? Like from the start. So.
Oh, no, I was going to answer.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yes, Kat.
So I feel like art, I don't know about like personally, but I just wanted to bring up the fact that I'm a nerd. So I'm really into neurobiology. And one of the things a lot of the science is pointing to is that art actually changes your brain. Like making art, you make brain waves that you can't make any other way than when you're, you know, making music or, you know, painting or anything else that you could consider a creative endeavor. It changes your brain, and it helps to fight depression. It makes you less anxious, and it helps you to envision a better future because you're using creativity, and that's what you need for problem solving. So I was gonna throw that in there.
I think that's a beautiful point too. And then, you know, I think when we think about too art as far as the narratives around it, do you feel like, and this can, whoever wants to answer this, do you guys feel like as artists, it's your responsibility to sort of make a social commentary or use your art to speak to certain
I don't.
things?
It'll drive me crazy because I feel like if I get too attached to social media, it will...
No, not social media.
So what you mean? You sound like on a social platform, so I'm thinking...
So like, say for instance...
No, to make a message about the world.
Oh, a message about the art? Oh, yeah.
Should your art have a message?
Right.
I mean, I feel like it could, but I don't think that's the intention. So when I create, it's because it's things that I like, and that fuels my creativity. But if I try to strategically put in messages, I can let you know what my inspirations are.
That part.
But I need to have it open so you connect with it the way that you want to connect with it. So I feel like the role of an artist, no matter the discipline, is just to create and give, because it was gifted to us, so we have to give it back. So
Amen.
that's the only job, is to just create. Now, anything that you attach to it, that's not my responsibility.
And when I DJ, I think about my family. Like, I think about, like, growing up, I grew up with a family that loved music, and they used to throw parties and shit in the backyard when my grandmother would, like, go out of town. So it was my first time actually seeing a live DJ. And he was back there, and he was turning the music down. He was getting everybody hype. And I was, like, in a onesie, like, feet covered up and everything. And I'm, like, running through the backyard, because my grandmother had a really backyard. But that moment, like, really inspired me. Like, I want to do that. That was that moment. So when I DJ, I think about that moment when I was a kid and how everybody was having a good time. It wasn't any fighting, and the DJ was having a good time, and just sitting in the living room with my family. And when we played certain songs, how it made us get up and dance. So I do, like, think about when I'm playing my music, I'm putting out a vibe. Like, I want everybody to have fun. We're not going to fight. I literally say that. Like, if I'm DJing at a club, I'm like, hey, we're going to have a good time. I'm about to pretty much throw this magic on y'all, and because that's how I look at art. Like, my music, it's like magic.
I think it's a nice mix, because regardless of where you're creating, I think too, if you're creating art, you create it maybe with something in mind, but you never know how people are going to take in what it is, that the art that you're making. So I mean, not like it's a agree or disagree, but I can see saying, like, no, I'm making art from a pure place, and so whatever people get from it, they get from it. But also being like, you know, I'm putting my voice in this, and this is what I mean.
Yeah.
And so
I think that's, and also thinking of art as not just an object, but a process.
yes,
You
I
know,
like,
because you're never really done with art. It's like, oh, I've done all the art. It's like,
is
no,
true.
like,
It's ritualistic to me, though, too. Like, I think the energy you put into your art is also the energy that you're going to attract. So, for instance, if you make dark art and with skulls and shit, then you're going to attract that type of crowd. You know what I'm saying? If you're putting love into your art and to people, then you're going to attract that type of crowd of people. So I think that was another thing why we decided to do Artifact, because we knew, like, between the both of us, you know, I think we both, what we say, we suffer imposter syndrome. So, like, us doing this
like
event.
both of y'all?
Yeah.
Really? Can I just say to that? I mean, I'm totally interrupting, but I feel like not that I love that you're saying that y'all have imposters.
love
It's like,
that
that is
for
so
you.
great.
Love
I'm
that for
saying
you.
though, because it's so funny. Just like going back to your grandma, putting up your art and seeing, like, she's an artist. Like, I see that in her. It's weird when you see other people and how you take them in versus how they see themselves. Because not who's got the mural in the art air. Do you know how many? I'm always telling people that. I'm like, you know, I know the lady who put the mural in the airport. Did you see
Please,
it?
not
Because
lady.
The woman.
That is so old.
No, I'm old. Hey, I'm not saying it exactly like that, but just the gist of it. Like,
I'm just joking.
I love that art so hard. Like, when I saw it, I felt something. You know what I'm saying? Like, to the point where I want to bring it to people's attention. Like, if you've not seen it, make sure you see it when you're in there. So for you to be saying that, I'm like, that's wild.
Yeah.
Even you, like, that's important, because I feel like there's people who are at the beginning of their artistic journey, and it's easy to get discouraged. And I think that it reminds people that even when you have a whole residency and you have stuff that, you know, other people might look at and be like, yo, she's, you know what I mean, doing the thing. You know, maybe there's always that part of you that maybe doesn't feel
it
like.
definitely exists. Like, I still, to this day, like, I go to therapy. I'm an advocate for therapy. And I literally just had this conversation with my therapist, and I was telling her about the imposter syndrome. And because it feel like I be faking it every day to a certain extent. Like, not
it's a fakeness.
to the fake ass. What I like that you said, it's the process too.
Wait, I was going to find out what you find out in therapy about fighting imposter syndrome. I need the secret
I'm
to that.
It was the wine. Thank you. Bring me back. This is why I keep
I need help with that.
One more time. Go.
So yes, I had a conversation with my therapist just talking about just my experiences with imposter syndrome. And not necessarily, it's not like I don't believe in my talents, but it's more so of getting to the understanding that I am who I am and I am where I am. And it's like, it's still proven, I guess, to myself, because it's not necessarily proving it to other people, but proven to myself, you know, that I have the capacity and the capabilities to ascend to the heights. Is ascending? Or, yeah, ascending is going up. Okay. Yeah. Ascend to the heights, you know, that I want to reach, but also when we go back to applying or attaching a narrative, because now I feel like I'm really emerging into the professional artist, like, platform, and that's when you do have narratives attached. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like even with my collection that I'm working on right now, that just premiered, The Women in Between, with that collection, I feel like that's been my breakout project of really being a professional. You know what I'm saying? So it's just
that was a great exhibit, by the way.
More than just creating art. Thank you. More than just creating art, but having messages behind it and meaning to it that people can connect to. And it's still me creating what I want to create, but also it's like getting into the advocacy and attaching social justice or narratives and all that.
Because let's talk about it. I think we're all Black women, right?
Yeah.
Everyone who's listening.
I think I made it.
Yeah, you just made it.
I made it barely.
You're legally Black for sure.
According to my edges, I made it.
Yes.
I'm a she, her, hers. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think historically where we're from, our voices aren't featured or highlighted or focused, which is something I really enjoy about your work because we're very much featured. There's a picture I took with one of your pieces at The Women in Between, and she had like my exact same skin tone because you had the pixelations, like all the different Pantones. That's wild. I was flipping out over that. I still am a little bit because it took so long for me to see myself in fine art. Like growing up, that's not what I saw or was exposed to. So it's nice now because my daughter's like, whatever, this is regular. I'm like, no, like you get to see yourself.
Not even like even with that exhibit, I still felt like the blackest thing in the room.
We were
because it's like, you know, we were talking about the Dehan Artist of the Distinction Award. So even to receive that, and I feel like my work is as black as black is black. So even with that, it's like being in the space and, you know, you have all the pretty installations and contemporary art, but it's like attaching fine art to, you know, what I consider the finer things, Black women. So
we must be used to all the finer things.
Absolutely. I wish we could put the music in. We can't do that.
Can't. No.
Y'all know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but it's funny, like I said, well, whether you want to or not, I do think art can be a catalyst for those conversations because it's inadvertently going to reflect. I mean, if we're going back to the theme of like inspiring art and then vice versa, like you're going to paint the things that are real to you, the things that are impactful. You're going to pull in on the energy of, you know, grandma's house in the backyard doing the cookouts with the music.
That's a good time.
And you're trying to tap into a feeling.
This is called Grandma's House.
See, it looks like Grandma's house.
You know what I'm saying?
It resonates.
Yeah.
Because it's real. And I mean, and people, and the thing is somebody
They look like cousins.
Listen, and hopefully y'all are watching on our YouTube, but like the art is immaculate. And I mean, I didn't know that, but you could pick it up. I mean, you never know, you know, what's going to resonate with people. So I super like that.
So, Moni, I'm going to throw a question at you.
Oh.
Surprise,
I like asking
surprise.
questions more than answering.
Surprise, surprise. But no, like, what is your favorite interactions with art?
You know what? I'm not good with favorites, though. But I would say from the start, probably music. That was probably, I mean, without really knowing that it was art like that. I mean, I used to spend all of my teenage years, like, listening to all the new music, like, getting all, you know, all just...
So R. Kelly could have got you.
R. Kelly could have, I mean, I would have been snatched up real quick, okay?
Woo.
But yeah, I definitely say music was probably my first. And then really dance, too, though.
Okay.
Like, I used to love to dance. I can't do it no more because I got a bad disc. And it can slip at any time. I can't
Really?
I got kids.
damn.
I got some after having kids.
Where's
girl,
that? In your bag?
L45, yep. It's not good. Yeah. Listen.
And you could just dance like slow,
I just gotta, you know what I mean?
side to side.
But yeah, I would say dance.
Can't be gyrating.
Nah, I mean, I'm just saying you can't twerk, but
I mean, lightly twerk.
You can do
I
a light
I
little
can do a little light
Okay.
two-step in the twerk or something one time. You know what I mean? But I gotta keep it cute and light on my toes.
Yeah.
though. I can't go hard.
I mean,
like
we all
used
do
to.
at this point.
You have to preserve. But no, like I would say dancing and art, and music. Music was my, like, the thing that I really got into at first. I mean, fine
I feel like everybody deserved to know that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. You can go ahead and do your show. I don't know.
yeah. It's weird. No, what I'll say is it feels weird because I guess I'm now starting to look at myself as an artist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't really feel like I'm part of the conversation, which is why I feel more comfortable probably asking the questions.
Yeah, but I think
this
you're
is
in on
art
this.
too. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I
I think
am
you're in on
too.
this.
See, imposters.
And what did you do for
we all have it.
what did you do for years before you were an X-ray tech?
Oh, I did nails.
On a
That was
bitch?
my
Art.
jam.
What you
Yeah,
talking
I still
about?
keep my
10
license,
little
too.
canvases.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. So it's
10
always
little
been
mini
art.
canvases.
That's why I always
Little
tell
baby-
people when they're like,
little tiny, little
Well,
tiny
do you have
canvases.
people say that to you? They're like, well, I'm not an artist, but I think everyone is an artist. You might not be a good artist, but you know,
Subjective.
it's subjective.
It
but
is.
like, you deserve the benefits from making art.
Absolutely. And what I can say is I've always appreciated it no matter what. Like one of my favorite things is surrounding myself with beautiful things. Like I like to see beautiful things. I like to hear beautiful things. I like to taste delicious foods. Like I'm into like the softness of this chair right now.
Aesthetics.
Like I'm into all of it. So I appreciate
Yeah, this
art. The
couch. Can we talk about this couch for a second?
This couch is
nice.
Intermission for
I
this.
hope
that
y'all
velvet?
I appreciate it.
It's beautiful.
What is that, velvet? Yeah, it's nice up in here. It's plush. That's why y'all need to come up to the studs.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do. Definitely need to come up.
Oh, because we'll be here for Artifacts.
We will.
We'll be
Yes,
doing a
will.
live podcast.
Yes, that's gonna be so
Y'all
much
always said,
fun.
"Oh, I love the podcast." Prove it.
Okay, show
Come
up.
to the artifact.
Right, prove it. I know that's right.
thing sounds.
Oh yeah, applause. Yes, and I'll also be doing a live paint.
Oh gosh, I love that. That's so good. You're
Yeah.
good at that. I feel like that
It's
seems
so
like
dope.
a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
When I
It's
seen you
fun.
passed out your last, you just gave it away. I was heartbroken.
Well,
I was like,
that
she just gave that away. I was like, shit, she could have gave it to me. Like,
It was for a friend. You know, she would know if I sound like
let's
that.
get into artists.
All right, all right.
Because I do feel like your story that
But
you
I'm a
said earlier.
podcaster.
And let's
Artist.
let's back up and
Okay.
get into recognizing the griot as art as well, because that's historical. Like
What
that
is? Oh, the griot, the storyteller.
yes,
Yes,
I like that.
You're right.
that is like we have to acknowledge
it
people
is.
that are good with their voices, that's good at speaking. That's art too. That's
true.
art.
True.
Everybody can't do
it
that.
can be soothing. It could like
It's true though.
really relax a person.
Yeah.
That's why I like about podcasts.
Do you want to hear
I
something
like their
really
voices.
lame?
I do too. I'm like,
Do you want to hear something lame? I think I've told you.
yes.
So when I was first dating like my ex, like he used to like me to just read to him over the phone until he fell asleep.
That is lame.
It's super lame.
It's cute though. You said it's cute. I don't like him, so
Oh,
it's lame.
that's my type of time though.
But that was one of the things he said he liked about me was my voice. So and he had trouble sleeping. So it's nothing like having someone read to you.
Or was he calling you boring?
Well, I was reading something someone else read. So it wasn't. If it was me that was boring,
Got a
it
voice
was.
that put me to sleep.
Because that was the thing. I'd have to read something because if I was talking to him, he'd be alert and awake because I'd be so engaging. So a lot of times,
You know, I mean, I'm super interested.
we were trying to put him to sleep. So I just read some Thoreau or whatever.
Not the
That's
road.
cute.
No, I would read like magazines. Like seriously, like
You look at the mic.
I didn't look at the mic, but I turned towards the mic.
There
They
you
told
go.
me to act like I love it.
You
in
do.
love.
You doing a great
great.
job.
You're,
You're great.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm glad you said that. Thank you for saying that. And that just kind of taps into why I feel like it's important for other artists to support other artists, because you do tend to discount yourself. You do tend to, like, I think that
Imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome. Like you think that everybody else. It's like no, but
I'm
it's
just
not
glad you
exactly
like it.
that. Yeah. Because honestly,
I did a thing.
Well, and then the fact that people listen to our podcast is weird. It's like people really. I mean, I know that's why we're
Y'all
doing
podcast
it.
fire though.
But thank you.
It took me like 2 months since she been here to like do something. I used to be like, yo, you got this fucking space. Like, let's just use it.
Let's just do it.
But then when we in the middle of planning it, I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough people to come. And she like, I don't think I am either. And
we're like, y'all done.
we both going back and forth like, what you mean?
Oh, wait, God, put the mic up close to your mouth.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, but
Y'all
she's
love.
like, what you mean? Like, you're a DJ, people follow you, and then I'm sitting there like, what you mean? Like, you Boxx the artist. People know who you. So we just both going back and forth until we just.
See, I feel like people just fuck with my art. You know what I'm saying? But if I be like,
Yeah.
hey, let's pull up, y'all, we coming here.
Won't nobody show up.
But they do, you know, people do acknowledge my work. They support my work. I could be anywhere. It doesn't matter. Anywhere I go in the country, I will run into somebody from Indianapolis and they be like, you Boxx the artist. So I feel the love from Indianapolis more than I feel from anywhere else because they definitely do support. People talk a lot of shit about Indianapolis, but I ain't got nothing bad to say when
That's
it comes to that support because they fuck with you, but within the lane that
That's where it, yeah.
Got
you know what I'm saying? So
Because you don't want to be like Michael Jordan playing baseball.
right.
Yeah.
Worked out that great.
Yeah. It's like, I'm not going to that.
So it's like within the culture. And I think that's another thing why we did Artifact, because the culture and what we do, sometimes, and when I say our culture, it's like the culture of being in the DJ and in the music scene, culture of being an artist. It's really hard when you are an artist and you want to like be like, you like that kid, like, hey, like I want to be a part too. And it's like, no, get on. We got our own thing over here. And it's like, damn, we all do the same thing.
Little
So
clicks.
yeah, why is it so hard for us to collab and do things with each other if I'm not a part of the circle, you know? So I think that's another thing why we were like, let's do this. Let's infuse this to show that it can be a collaboration within two different cultures and we can bring other cultures in. Because that was one of the main things. It was culture, vibes and art and music and so.
And also supporting local creative entrepreneurs. So as a creative entrepreneur, self-proclaimed, because I feel like that's entrepreneurial. You say you're going to do some shit and you do it. But a lot of entrepreneurs, you know, they don't have brick and mortars. And for this event, we are focusing, you know, on people of color. So just really targeting that community, our community, you know, people that need the collaboration. You know what I'm saying? So it may be a day I just want to have a place where I can just sell out for the day versus maybe managing online, but I could send somebody here. So just giving that platform, and specifically for creative entrepreneurs. It's free, open to the public.
All we ask is that they promote.
You know what I'm saying? If y'all watching this, promote.
Promote
Yeah,
it, please.
let them know.
This
Y'all promote
this
it.
is your money.
Yeah, definitely.
And this is your black dollar. So
So
you definitely
what do you
that.
say to maybe certain people in the city who are like, well, why do you want to focus on black creatives? Isn't that racist?
I mean, I guess it is racist.
We had a conversation
mean-
about this, and that's what we was like. You was like, I don't want to just focus on black people.
Well, I
You know
didn't
what I'm
want
saying?
it. So the reason why I said that, because I feel like, this may piss some people off, but I feel like we put black in front of everything, but we don't really stand for black. So it's like, I know I'm going to make money off black if I put black this or black that or culture this. And I told her, like, I just don't want it to be focused on
Like a gimmick.
like black artifact. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want that because I want to break that barrier. Like, we can still touch our culture without putting black in it, but letting them know, like, we're here for you. We're here to support you. And
It's still
I
gonna
want
be
y'all to
black.
show it. It's still going to be black.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
black.
It's gonna be black.
Yeah.
I always usually counter that accusation with the fact that, I mean, Indiana, we don't get into our history very much, but it's been very segregated. Like, so there's been a concerted effort to keep black people out. So whenever I've caused some, whenever it's like, no, we're going to concentrate on black people because it was fine to concentrate on us when it was segregation time. So now when it's inclusion time,
Vacation time.
now we're like, oh, I don't know about black people.
Yeah.
It's like, no, Like,
Yeah.
it's okay just to, but I understand what you're saying too, because I don't want it to feel like,
Like a buzzword.
Like a marketing
like it's
tactic.
cliche.
Because it
It's
works.
black.
It brings people
does.
out. You know, we got some events that's out where they just put black and just anything, and black people flocks to it. But when you look at their staff or the people that's involved,
It ain't black.
you
Well,
know, it
moving
ain't
on.
black.
I will say this.
I'm sorry.
I will say this.
You're right.
I did want to focus on people of color specifically. No shade to the building that I'm in, but this is not a predominantly black space.
It's not.
And it's probably about maybe 3 or 4 of us in this building that is 4 stories.
Yeah. I've known people who've had space here who've been kind of pushed out.
That's been and a lot of these people have been here for over 20 years. And this is no shade to them. Like, I really support them. I've met a lot of the different artists here. So it's like, when we have spaces that exclude us, I want to get us in there. So it's like, whatever I got to do to promote that and push that, I'm going to do that. And that is just my role of making it more inclusive, but also using the platform that I have. Our counterparts, y'all have access to so many different things. So I think it is important when you let people know that, we are highlighting people of color, artists of color, entrepreneurs of color. That is important, especially in spaces that they have not traditionally been in. So we know that, this is maybe a foot in the door, but it's like we're stating our presence.
Right. I feel you. Because I'm ignorant, I'm up here thinking about, like, when I'm even Googling braids, I got to put black in front of that shit. You know what I'm saying? If I go on Pinterest, I have to put, so it's not that I feel like I don't want to have to, but I know what's going to come up if I don't. And I think that's why a lot of the time, right, but trying to find the balance between using it as a gimmick and it really being some black shit, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I
About
respect
the
that.
culture.
I think that's...
But I would
Somebody-
say we black as hell, black AF.
I like it.
And honestly, we could put black in front of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like we could actually do it because we're doing something for the community and for our culture. I think the people that they put black in front of things, and I mean, you could do your research yourself. Like, they're not doing anything for the community. You know what I'm saying? And I think I find myself becoming like more into activism.
Your mouth.
No, seriously.
My pinky out.
No,
Like,
but for real.
And I've done research on a lot of people, and I think that's what pisses me off a lot when people put the black in it. But when just a couple weeks ago we had like 5 kids they're dead from gun violence, and not one of these black organizations or anybody that put black on their flyer for an event where everybody is giving them all this credit for what they're doing, but y'all quiet when a kid is being killed by gun violence in a black neighborhood. It's like y'all make y'all money and y'all go to y'all big houses or y'all fancy apartments, and it's like, oh, well, y'all real quiet.
And a lot of times fire the people who try to enact real change.
Yeah.
Like Dr. Burnett. Did you hear that? Okay, I'm still...
It's getting real hot.
Let's go.
It's getting real spicy.
I thought we were talking about black art.
Since we're talking about black
No,
art.
but I don't know if this is true or not. I don't know if this is a rumor, but I'd heard she had repatriated some African art back to Africa. And that was part of why she was let go. Was that
I don't know if that's why, but that's not a rumor.
That's
I
not a
don't think
rumor? That's
rumor.
real?
I
That's
think
real?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why she got fired.
Oh, okay,
Damn.
now that is her take.
That
Now,
is-
we don't know that for sure.
I don't know. I don't know. But
We
I
do
did
not
hear-
have the
hear that they
citation.
I
gave
promise
back
you that
for
board
that.
was like, bitch, you're doing too much.
This gonna get edited out.
And you're gone, and we're not saying anything about it. But
that
no,
on
because
Patreon.
museums do not like doing that.
Yeah.
Like, that's not what you do. It's ours
So
now.
she sent art to
Back to Africa.
Yeah.
That was in
It
the
was
collection.
stolen like from a.
So was it stolen art, or did she do
Let's
it? Was
not
art
to
is
be no more.
First of all, anything maybe 1900s is stolen.
Of course. I'd say before 1950s.
So she pretty much returned the art back to where it came from.
It's stolen.
Yeah.
They didn't pay for it.
That's what it sounds like.
She gave, and that's the thing too, because for everyone who's been to
She's a
the
hero.
African art exhibit at Newfields before, I do sometimes wonder, like, how this was obtained, because some of it they go through the stuff that they obtain ethically. There's all kinds of stuff about it, how they got it. and how they did a partnership with like a African sculptor who came and worked for the lilies and stuff like that. But a lot of other stuff is just like, Benin, I don't know.
You gonna have to release this with a
Disclaimer?
No, because this is a hot topic right now. I mean,
yeah.
of course, I'm in our community, so
Yeah.
they still talking about it. And
They
wanna
should.
know why.
They should. So people should know I think that's one of the main reasons.
You ain't gotta reveal your source because you're a journalist at this point.
What? I'm a hairdresser. I hear things.
Oh,
I hear things. So I heard that, and I was like, when I heard that, I was like, that makes a lot of sense. And also that it was becoming a more friendly place for Black people. We've been going there for years. It was not always the friendliest. I just love art, and I like making white people uncomfortable. So my presence in white spaces makes people who consider themselves white uncomfortable, and I like that.
I love it.
Yeah,
When's the last
thank
time I
you.
see y'all? What's that new field?
Yeah.
Well, not true, but
The duo.
I've never been there.
Huh?
You never what? Let's do a field trip.
Oh my God, when are you free?
Well, I'm an entrepreneur, so you
Because
just
I
let
do
me
have a
know.
membership. I talk a lot of shit, but I got a membership
For
there.
real, we gotta make that happen. That would be fun.
Let's do it.
Actually, I've only been to the free spots in Newfields.
Let's go. You guys gotta be kidding me. And then in the summer, we're gonna listen.
In the summertime, because I had her
They had
bridal
like a
shower there.
Afro
We
thing
love that
there.
place. I used to go Sundays all the time when it used Wolfgang Puck used to have a restaurant in
restaurant was
there,
good,
and they had a brunch buffet. Was so good, and then you could just walk around the gardens. It's beautiful. And because people want to act like white people own everything. Newfields belongs to us. It was left by the Lilies to the state of Indiana.
Wow.
It is a private foundation, though.
I know,
That's
but
why they have trustees.
that
and not a
endowment
board
and
of
stuff like
directors.
that, and it's become more and more exclusive as the years have gone by. But me growing up, I grew up
Black
a
people
couple.
know they love to talk with their face.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I read a couple
Go ahead.
things.
But
I'm sorry.
I want to talk about like I mean I've had imposter syndrome in some spaces, but never when it comes to being in the art space. I'm like, this belongs to me. This belongs. Art. That's what art is for. Like we make art because that's going to continue after we're gone.
Yeah.
So the idea that it just belongs to the traditional core white audience, I'm like, please.
And it's weird if all this shit's stolen. Like, how is it your audience? Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Y'all wouldn't even have nothing here.
It is weird.
Confused.
It is weird.
Like, I'm just a little confused. But I mean, you know, we're not gonna beat a dead horse on that. Like, we get, we get the point or whatever. But let's pivot just a little bit. Art. Let's pivot.
Hilarious.
Listen, I wanted to ask you guys.
Boxx over here finna start sweating. She like these. Like, Lord have mercy. Mary Jane sitting up here talking about this. They talking about this.
But you know what? Shout out to Dr. Burnett. You a black all-star.
You are, definitely. I wanted to ask you guys as artists, who are your muses right now? Like, are there certain other artists that are inspiring you? Are there certain things that are inspiring your art currently, DJ Mary Jane?
Nobody inspires me.
Come on, Kanye.
Nobody inspires.
I would like that was dog. I would like
Nobody.
to thank me.
Thank you for doing
Nobody
inspires me.
Okay. Shout out
I
to
guess
the
you can say like, even with our event, I would say, because when I walked in here, that was one of the first things that came to me. Like, yo, we need to do something. Like, I feel like the love, the music, I feel just, it was a vibe. So I guess you can say like when it comes to inspirations, but just a muse and somebody I can just be like, oh, like
So maybe it's an artist right now who's creating music that you're into.
It's energy,
or whatever. Yeah.
It's all about the energy.
What do you think
with
about
me.
that new blue sun? Any inspiration there?
Oh, that
The
flute,
new blue
that flute
sun?
work.
What the hell is that?
Andre 3000's new.
Oh, I love it. I actually like
There we
it.
go.
I listened to it
So
twice,
that's your answer.
back to back.
Great job.
I like it. Are you just gonna make that
was
my
in
music?
Or you could have said we inspire you. That'd have been a kiss ass answer on our podcast. That'd have been nice. It's
Y'all inspire
y'all.
me.
Yeah.
Y'all really do. I ain't lying. I'm about to go home and do a mix right now after
Let's
this.
go. Yes, the Fab Mix, y'all. We'll put it on our playlist.
It's called These Silly Hoes.
Okay, you're right. Be silly.
Silly hoes that studs.
I like that. No, I love it. But what about you, Boxx? Do you have any muses right now? Like, or is there anything, or who and what are your sources of inspiration currently?
Very interesting. I am very much similar like you, DJ Mary Jane. Like people I don't have like sources of, I don't want to say inspiration, but I don't look up to nobody.
Okay.
I never studied art theory, art history, never had any
It's
like,
pretty white. You're fine.
formal training. So I can't tell you about none of those people. When I get on social media, I do not scroll. So the only thing that really inspires me are like people that I interact with every day. That's why when you look at my pieces, you're gonna see people that you might know. Like, you know, motherfucker live across town. So just my interaction with people and with community, that's the most inspiring. My experiences as a Black woman, as an intersection Black woman, a dark-skinned Black woman, a queer Black woman, a fine Black woman.
There it is.
You know, so just all of these different intersections and my experiences, and then just want to connect with other people who may have similar ones or hear their stories too. So that's kind of how like I'm transitioning into film right now, because it's just really me connecting with people and collecting stories.
I mean, look at your art. It's all people.
It's
Yeah.
people, and I love people.
So the people.
I've always been fascinated by faces. I will say that. That's an inspiration. So when I look at faces, I don't just see a face. I see art, like, you know, the curves in the face, or maybe the way that a nose is shaped, the definition, the jawline. Like, that is art for me.
Do you ever be wondering if people are related? Because I study faces too, and sometimes I'll be like,
This is a theory that I have.
Okay,
I feel
let's hear it.
like it's probably insensitive, but I feel like if you knew somebody like from Africa, like they from there, maybe second generation, first generation, I don't know. But I feel like if they were to look at you, they could be like, oh yeah, yo, people from the Congo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they would have to look at you to let you know.
I'll say
you know
this:
who
the
you are.
Ethiopians have claimed me.
I can see it.
I mean, I could see
Ethiopians
that.
claim me. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, nobody claimed me.
Eritrean.
Eritrean, yeah, yeah.
Because
I
they
can do that.
cousins, basically.
Yeah,
like, I
it's
didn't
the
know
same
that was the
thing.
same country.
Yeah, and the Somalis, you know, it's similar. Yeah, I can. Yeah, that's what's up.
So what I'm hearing is life inspires art. I mean, it basically
Yes.
kind of
Yeah,
like goes back.
Life
into
I had
inspires
an
art.
answer too.
I like that
'Cause it be
I like your
lifing.
answer. It do. It do. What about you, Kat? Yeah.
Okay, so things that have inspired me right now.
Yeah.
So many things. I stay inspired. Okay, so first and foremost, rap shit. Been getting hella inspiration
Yes,
from rap
Jeezy
shit.
new album is, I like it. It's
Yeah,
dope.
I think
Yeah.
JT and Young Miami are very. It's very inspirational to watch this female duo like trying to come up in a creative male-driven field. So to me, that's been giving me tons of inspiration. Also, visually, Foundation on Apple TV. Freaking love that show. It's
I don't know why I want to
yeah,
disparage
it's fine.
it.
It's fine.
The
It
hair,
makes
it's
me
that, like,
bubble up more.
pettiness
It's like when you
that
put the
just
lid
wants-
on
I'm
the
not even seeing
boiling
it.
on the boiling pot of water, and I just like, oh no, my bubbles are gonna push it through.
Yeah, I
I'm
just wanna
like,
give you a
yeah,
hard time.
it's fantastic, just visually, and the theme of it, which is just you can harness history is the ultimate weapon because it harnesses time itself. And so that's giving it. And also Yayoi Kusama, the chick with the she's a Japanese artist with the collab with Louis Vuitton with the dots, with the pumpkins and stuff like that.
Because she was at the
Wonder Museum.
Thank you.
And she also had an exhibit at Newfields a couple years ago, too.
Did she really? Her art
Yeah.
is dope.
It
really
is.
like her
It
stuff.
is. She
Okay.
had the mirrors and the pumpkins
The mirrors
in that
were
one.
so. I love mirrors. Mirrors are so cool.
They are.
Okay.
So that's giving me a lot of inspiration
like
right
that.
now. Yeah.
Rap shit. It makes me. So you're saying the duos? We got the duo over here. We got the. You know,
It-
life
you can
inspires
do
art.
so
R&B
much.
and trap.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm definitely
Yes.
R&B. Definitely.
She trap.
I'm
She's
trapping.
trapping. Yeah, definitely.
If I wasn't trapping, I'd be painting.
Yeah, I like it. I think. So wait a minute. So rap. City Girls.
Yes.
That's based on their life.
JT and Young Miami. Yeah, they're
So
executive
life and
producers.
art inspiring.
Yes.
So because I didn't.
And once again, seeing it because people are so obsessed with the final product. Nobody wants to
That
see the
part.
process. Nobody wants to see how like you getting your period on a tour bus and stealing pads.
or us moving the
you
couch
broke.
through.
This took a turn.
Yeah, I mean, but
What are we talking about?
That's the
rap
process.
shit. That's rap
That's
shit.
the process.
That's the process.
show?
Yeah, it's a TV show.
okay.
Yeah.
It's called City Girls.
No, it's
Rap
called
shit?
Rap Shit.
Oh, rap shit.
But
I
it's
thought
been
you
produced
were
by the
saying
City
rap
Girls.
shit.
No, that's the name of the show, Rap Shit.
So, Lowell, tell them what rap shit is, though, because who's the like? Isn't it Issa Rae? Project?
Yeah. So
I
it's
love
a
Issa
Hooray.
Rae.
Yeah, so it's it's Insecure in Miami.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Insecure in Miami.
So it's a reality show.
No.
Show.
It's
I
like a show
remember-
show.
It's
Okay.
a scripted show.
I watch
It's
TV,
scripted.
but I don't watch TV.
Right.
That's
I was
fair.
gonna say, I've been seeing it.
That's
Okay.
fair.
Just watch
Once
it.
again, because I have to, when I'm creating, I don't really listen to music that much. I usually have TV on in the background. But it's nice because it has really good music. Like, the music production budget is crazy.
So you might like it, DJ Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Well, I like Insecure because of the music.
Yeah, the
Same.
music
I
was
downloaded
good.
the soundtrack.
The music was good. The music
It is
was good.
pretty
It
much
was
the
good.
same show, like the fashion. It's younger, you know,
Okay.
but
So I'm gonna give y'all a little bit. If you guys don't know what rap
Okay,
shit is,
yeah,
I just have to look
run
it up real quick.
run
Get everybody
it.
on the same page real quick. So Rap Shit is an American comedy television series created by Issa Rae for HBO Max. The show is produced by Hooray Media and Productions and 3 Arts Entertainment, and it centers around 2 Miami-based rappers who are trying to find success in the music industry. So it debuted back in June of 2022. And because one of our favorite podcasters is a part of the show.
Yes.
Kid Fury.
yes, he's
Yeah,
one
isn't
of the
he a writer?
writers.
Shout
He's
out
one of the
to
writers,
Kid
and
Fury,
he does a cameo on there too.
Yes, he did.
And what's her name? Jessie Woo. She does the podcast,
yeah,
like the after show podcast,
Yes,
which is
she's-
also very. I love everything about the show.
Yeah, so I need to get back into it. I feel like maybe I saw an episode or 2 of the first season because it's into the second season.
It's
now.
into the second season, so if you like to binge, you got to wait a little bit
man.
until all the episodes release. But I like to watch. I think it comes out on Thursdays.
Okay,
I wanna
like
say.
it. All right, so look, I wanna pivot a little bit and
Okay.
do something fun with you guys real quick. I wanted to ask y'all about dream collaborations. Like, do y'all
Lord,
have?
they're being
any-
silly.
That's okay.
Get-
That's allowed.
wait until they
Look at
finish.
she almost did a spit take. They're being silly.
Moni, they're being silly.
I don't tell her. You're being silly over there.
She over here
You're
trying
trying to be serious.
I like it. I feel
how my
like I
cup on
missed
the
that because I'm all the way over
I know.
here. You know what I'm saying? I'm all the way over here.
No,
She gave me that eye. Like, don't you set that cup on that
Yeah.
couch.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Oh my goodness. No, but I wanted to ask y'all, do you guys have dream collaborations? Like, is there anybody who, like, if you could work with anybody or say, you know, I don't know what your dreams are for DJing or creating art, but like if
Wait a minute.
you could work with
Sorry,
anybody.
before we start into that, you didn't say what inspires you.
I didn't want to. Y'all inspired
I
me.
love how you always bring it back to her.
Yeah, why she doing that? That makes me wildly
she love
uncomfortable. That's so messed up.
I'm gonna stop caring about you.
You should. It makes me uncomfortable.
She already think you about to leave her.
Oh, see, listen, I think that's what keeps them coming, though. It's like, it's like, couldn't possibly. No, I don't. What keeps me inspired?
What's been inspiring you lately? Like, what have you been like? Can you stand it?
Lately? I don't really know. I feel like the cliche answer is my kids, though, but it really is.
There's
They're so
nothing
cute.
wrong with that.
Like when Boxx was
alone for
talking
your
about
children to
how
inspire you?
her grandma put all her art up. I think I've said it on the show. Like, I want to be buried with all my kids' art because I think it's fucking fantastic. I love all of
So
it.
you want to deprive everybody
There's-
of it after you're gone? God damn it, you're
Yeah,
selfish.
basically, don't be enough. Trust me, there's mounds of it, and I half the time I have to make myself throw it away. But like when I wake up, my daughter has at least 4 or 5 pictures that are like right on the wall, right there with thumbtacks, which is terrible because now I gotta like put the paste in the walls and stuff.
So professional level. We see.
But we were looking at it this morning, and she was giving me the background again. Like, I don't know what the story is, but she was giving me the narrative for her little stuff. And,
I love painting with kids. Kids are wonderful
it's just so
artists. They're
cute.
so fearless.
They're so fearless, but I mean, I think too, just tapping in. I think my kids remind me to see the like beauty and everything, and like to take time because I mean, we're busy, we're doing stuff, so I feel inspired by just their wonder for the world around them. You know what I'm saying? And my daughter likes music. She's always creating songs and recording songs and stuff like that. So they're just cute. And plus, I just want to remind them that I'm a real person outside of the lady who makes them eggs on
Sure.
during the week and
mornings.
stuff. Yeah, you know what I mean? So hopefully they see that and they know that they need to, no matter what they're doing, that they make time to pursue their interests and their
Gotcha.
artistic endeavors. So that's the
Okay.
cliche answer.
All right, well, now they had time to
God.
think of their dream collab. So
Jeez.
perfect.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Were you guys
Y'all
not doing that during that time?
While y'all were doing that, I'm about
Jeepers.
to go ahead. Y'all answer the question. I'm
A dream collab. So I don't really have any dream collaborations. I wouldn't call it necessarily a dream. I would say when I am this may sound crazy, but I always wanted to DJ the 500.
Oh, that's not crazy. I was gonna let her live.
Bring the whole damn bottle.
Bring it over here.
Moni.
All in the back. And you can see it when it popped in the background of the sound.
That was funny.
What is so crazy about DJing at the 500? That makes a ton of sense.
I know. But the 500, because one, I'm the type of person, like I can go in and I may have a certain agenda, but I don't like the fact I'm not being listened to.
They are listening.
Give me some.
Not even gonna listen.
I think I was focused on getting some, so it was like
Just say you want some.
I need it.
I need it. Because if you were DJing, because quite honestly, I don't really love the 500, but if I knew you were DJing, I would make an attempt to go.
Yeah, I think about that too when I think about like certain events. I be like, man, I fuck that shit up. I have all kind of black people want to come, you know?
Because that's their thing
But-
now is because, I mean, historically, the reason why I didn't really like the 500 is you were just not welcome there. Everybody knows that was for the whites. And so now that they're making this attempt to integrate,
You're here.
it feels weird sometimes. It's kind of like, okay, now it's cool. Are you sure? Like, because sometimes it seems
Yeah.
like y'all change your minds halfway through. So,
But I would rock the hell out of it. And I think
Yeah.
because they will look at me and they think I'm about to come in, I will still play Juvenile, but I would turn it into a complete rock song.
yeah.
Like, and I've had the chance to see her like DJ in the mix, you know what I'm saying? So just the catalog that she has and the extensive knowledge, like knowing what to play, when to play it, how to mix it, it's just everybody can't do that.
It's art.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Period. Like, it's
Yeah, you gotta feel the
definitely
vibes. You
I
gotta
would just say
be
somebody called me an AI. They was like, you're like AI. So they were just sitting there like blurting out songs to play. They was like, mix this with this. Mix this with this. And I was like, all right. And I was doing it. And I was like quick with it.
Yes.
So
See? That's art, man.
he was like,
Make
you're
it
like
look easy.
an AI system. You just don't stop.
Oh my gosh.
But
It's like, no, you got that biological intelligence.
Thank you. That's the
See?
best kind.
There it go.
Right there. See? Are you making them uncomfortable? You should have seen his face.
Oh,
I've been waving. If you
Tell
look at
them
me,
what's
if I get 3 seconds of eye contact, I'm waving.
She was like, his little bang was bouncing like, oh,
you
I
gotta
wasn't
tell them
playing
what's
this.
happening. They don't know what's happening.
There's windows and people are walking by,
Kat's
and I
making
just
people wave at her that don't
I
want to wave at
do.
her.
Like,
That's
if you-
what's happening. They don't want to talk to her.
these are the
wow.
yoga people.
Oh,
There's a
cute.
yoga studio over there. I saw them earlier, and they were doing stuff. So now they're out here showing out.
Oh, they wave back, guys. Okay, we're waving at strangers. All right.
We are. Well, strangers are just friends I haven't met.
And probably not going to. And it's okay. It's all right.
What's happening?
We keep talking. Okay, so
Dream
I got
collab.
another. I got
Boxx,
another.
go.
Yes, please. What's your dream collab? Or just even like she was saying, even if it's not working with somebody, just
Dream, yeah.
the dream artistic. Like,
Ooh.
what's the apex?
Oh wow. I don't like that question.
Damn it, Moni.
It's what I'm here for.
I mean, because if I'm not gonna answer it right.
It's no wrong answers. We don't have any slime.
We don't have real power or anything.
I don't have like my brain does not operate like that. And not in the form of like collaborating with people, but it's just like
You don't like to dream about getting paid.
dreaming.
why I say that though? I said I don't necessarily want to say it's dreaming.
Yeah, because like if I'm gonna dream about
Or who
something,
you want to work with next? How about that?
who I want to work and that's what I mean, like in
Okay.
terms of with other people, because I feel like that's the problem.
Oh.
So I go to these meetups on Mondays, and they're like, one of the questions was, what's like something that holds you back or just been like interfering with your process? And I was like, working with other people.
That's why difficult.
That's real.
So I don't
That's
be
real.
thinking about those terms until I guess maybe I work with the people, and that just happens by the universe.
Organic, yeah.
But I would say, I guess just the next stage of dreaming in my world, not necessarily collaboration, but more so just displaying my art in more venues, and not just art galleries, but places that, you know, people of color have access to, underserved communities have access to. So just doing a variety of different shows. You know, I got a show coming up at the Madam C.J. Walker Legacy Center. The opening, it'll be in January, but the opening reception, I believe, is like January 25th. But I do be open, extended invitations to everything.
Okay.
But with that, you know what I'm saying? So just doing more shows of my work in spaces, more solo shows. So I think that's my dream.
Okay.
Just being able to just walk in a space, and these are concepts that I concepted.
Okay. And transform the space.
Yeah, not because when you walk up in here, this is not all the same collection. So it's just like, it's different work. It's not a storyline to it. So I guess just advancing my storytelling skills on canvas as well as on film. So another dream is to collaborate with people that can help me finish my film.
Okay.
So, you know.
So your dream collaboration is with an editor.
Editors, videographers.
Cinematographers.
You know, and I like that because sometimes we think about dream collaborations and we're thinking, oh yeah, like you know, Michael Jordan or something. It's like it's like I want the people, because the unsung heroes, the people who help you get your shit done and perfected and help you execute your vision. So I actually think that that's a really great answer when you say that.
When we saw Black Barbie, I stayed at the end and I watched the credits because I wanted to see the titles.
Who are these people?
Who are
these people?
Who are the people that I need to work with?
Yeah. Because I loved how that was produced too.
It
was
such
really
a good
fun.
story.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing it on Netflix.
Absolutely. Shout out to you.
Well, I have a dream collaboration.
What's your dream collaboration?
I would love to work with Lush Cosmetics.
Really?
They had a podcast called The Sound Bath. And it was really good, and they really did focus. It really wasn't about Lush Cosmetics at all. It ended up being about social issues. And it was really fantastic. They had like amazing guests.
Collaboration.
No, that was because Lush Cosmetics, they're it's like this all natural beauty brand. Like they got a store in Houston at the Crossing. It's where I get all my products and stuff like that. And so for one, I really believe in their company because they're about, you know, fair trade, make sure they're ethically sourcing their ingredients. They're really good about making sure they're not using a lot of waste in their packaging. And they make sure, like, I love the people they hire. It's like a really nice environment. Like, you can tell, like, the people enjoy working there and, like, helping you. Unlike some places where I go where I can tell they don't care if I live or die. And so, yeah, I like their whole brand. So I would love and I'd like to get the word out about them, too, because Bath and Body Works is a terrible company.
Okay, wow. These are statements being made.
They are. Yeah, it's not a good company and it's not a good product, but it's cute.
That's all you got.
They candles make my allergies. Like I can't
It's
breathe.
not ethically it's not well sourced materials.
Yeah.
But they're expensive.
You're gonna
I haven't been in there in years. I haven't been in Bath and Body Works in forever. But I think when I think about dream collaborations, I'm thinking about other Black women that I admire that are sort of in the same vein of what I'm doing. So, I mean, obviously, like the Issa Rae's, I wouldn't hate it to be a part of her Ray Media. Like, I wouldn't hate that. Because I love her brand of storytelling, because a lot like you guys, your duo right now, it incorporates the visuals, it incorporates the music, and it's a whole vibe, and you're into it. So definitely her. I like, oh my gosh, Keke Palmer. I feel like I talked about, I like the realness. I like even though those are two different girls, they're still kind of the same, because I think I want to work with people who seem authentic. And so I think Keke Palmer is one of the ones too, because she's got her own podcast. Shout out to her. And then
I do like women who are unapologetically Black.
You know what I mean? And it's like I'm just trying to find my lane. You know what I'm saying? And then who's the other one? I like Amber Ruffin. She's hilarious.
That's enough. You only get 3.
And we've got, I'm going to push everything out to the side. Close up. But yeah, just those kind of women, because they're doing what I feel like we're doing. We're the storytellers and stuff like
the
that.
Lacey and Amber and Lacey show is fantastic. I wouldn't mind being on there.
I think we should be animated. That would be fun.
Oh gosh. That is
Cartoons
my
would be
goal.
hilarious.
You know that's my goal.
It'll be less abrasive too when we start talking about racism.
Yes,
It's like, but we're only
because when your puppets are cartoons, you can say anything. Me as a person, people will try to beat me up.
Right. It's like,
But
no,
if I
this
was
is
a cute
whimsical
puppet,
now. Yeah,
like,
it's
come on
whimsical
now.
now.
No one's
Yeah,
choking out
definitely.
Elmo.
Yeah, so anyway, those are my dream collaborations. Okay, guys, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Great
That
segue.
segue.
You know what that reminds me
That was
of?
a great segue
It
back.
reminds me of, oh yeah, we're back.
We're back.
We're back.
That was a great
okay,
segue.
we were
have
singing,
to.
and it reminded me of In Living Color with the Fly Girls.
I love the Living
And
Color.
it's Sunday, because I used to love, like In Living Color.
Live in color.
And I wanted,
From the 1900s.
Live in color.
did anybody else want to be a fly girl? I
did.
remember
I
the first time I saw like Boxx braids on TV, it was one of the Fly Girls.
Man, they were fun.
And I was like,
Was it the dancers?
Yes.
yeah, I wanted to go to there.
J-Lo
And I
was a
remember-
fly girl,
and this
right?
is how much
Ding,
I
ding,
clocked
ding.
hair. She had the same braid. It was the same dancer in the Remember the Time video. Because I was like, I remember those braids.
I remember the time that I saw those braids.
I
on Living Color.
do. And they were and then they had Black Sheep perform live on In Living Color. It was amazing.
Iconic. It's a nod to the hat over
Oh,
there.
you
DJ
can get
Mary
with
Jane
that.
got on over there right now. You guys, what a break, okay? We've been through it and back, and welcome back to the show. So I feel like we could be here forever talking with you ladies. We're having such a great time. And before we go, I just wanted to do some this or that questions. Just, we've been drinking a couple glasses of wine. These aren't like the most salacious ones, but just a little fun, nothing too crazy. Because we've talked about how art inspires our lives and all of that kind of stuff. So this is just giving people a glimpse into just, how you think about your craft. So Boxx the artist. I'm going to ask you this or that for these artistic things. Would you prefer classic literature or contemporary novels? Or you can say
Damn.
neither. You can say next.
I know.
to
I'm gonna
both.
say neither because I like.
It's like Dream Champs. That means you got to
It's-
drink.
Oh, that's true.
take
Yes. New game.
you gotta drink because you ain't.
Yeah.
If you don't choose, you got to.
If you don't pick one, you
know.
gotta drink. Boom.
I like facts based literature,
Got you.
Got you.
or as close to facts as you can get.
So fuck all that fiction bullshit.
Yeah, I'm not really into fiction, but I
That's
did
right.
just the last fiction book I read was Celestine Prophecy, and I really liked it because it was weaved in there, like
Okay.
That's
perspective based, fact based, but like fantasy, fiction, plots. I'm not really into that.
fair. Okay, I'm with
Fair
it.
enough.
All right, so DJ Mary Jane,
Okay.
vinyl records or digital DJing?
So I have platters that actually turn. So I started off DJing on vinyl. It was for a really quick second, and then I went to digital. Digital because it's easier.
Let's go.
But if I could take vinyl, I would definitely do vinyl.
Okay, fair enough.
But so I guess it's digital.
Oh, yeah, digital. Okay,
Fuck it, digital.
digital. Say it with your
fuck.
chest. You know what I'm saying?
You know, they be getting offended.
Ain't no wrong
DJs get mad when you say digital.
Well,
like,
let 'em be
you new
mad.
millennials. Like, no, like,
Let
hell
'em be
no.
mad. It's the
I ain't
same-
got time to be carrying all that.
Listen, do your thing. I respect it. Okay, so Boxx the artist, oil paints or watercolors? I feel like I know the answer.
Damn, why you keep giving me all these? Neither.
Neither.
Yeah,
You
for
gotta
me.
drink. Make her drink. Drink.
okay.
Drink. Drink.
You have to
drink.
drink now.
I'm a win. I say neither because oils intimidate me.
What?
Why?
Look at her.
I've painted with oils maybe once.
You have such a mastery. The things you do in acrylic are amazing. Like oil is
Look at her. She's geeking out. Her brain is exploding.
Oils are intimidating for me. So, like, I have some. I remember the first time I tried to work with oils. I'm self-taught, so I don't know nothing about nothing. And I just knew I had to mix it with an oil base to dilute it. And I'd use maybe like a grapeseed oil or something, something that I didn't know.
So it never dried?
A non-drying oil. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know.
never
I
dried.
didn't
You
know.
have to buy that
So can
linseed
y'all-
oil behind the
can y'all
glass.
I bought some
explain?
later. but I didn't know that at the time.
Yeah.
Can y'all
And it
explain
never
oil
dried.
though? Because
Oh, the oil
like,
mediums?
yeah, can y'all explain the oil medium versus like what you would normally?
Yeah,
It's
oil,
water soluble.
Yeah, oil is basically mixed with oil base, so like literal oil.
And acrylic dries super fast.
And
Okay.
Oil,
instantly.
even when you use the linseed oil, it takes a couple days to
It's
dry.
still, you probably waited for like a week for it to dry.
Yeah, for real,
Damn,
for real.
for oil?
But it's good in a way.
because it lasts longer. That's why when you go to galleries, you see a lot.
You probably
of
was thinking the
oil
same thing.
paintings.
Like, damn, days. No
But
wonder.
it's
I be selling
good
that thing
because
for
you can
$2,000.
take your time with it and work on it over a series
And it
of weeks and
blends
still
well.
blend.
Do it
and
bleed or like spread when you
No.
paint with it?
No, that's
It
watercolor.
can. That's watercolors.
Watercolors do.
And you don't like watercolors either.
I mean, because I like the detail that I like, I can't achieve that
With the watercolors, got you.
If I wanted to do some cute, delicate shit, I would.
Like
do
I
that.
like.
And that's not my style. I like big
Fair.
black.
You're bold.
bold stuff, you know what I'm
You
saying?
do a lot of sharp edge. Okay,
So
that's
why I say-
interesting.
that's why I say neither. Oils
Okay.
probably would work with my style, but
Especially portraiture and skin.
I ain't graduated to oils yet.
Okay.
We're
Well, it's
gonna
nice to
do
know
an
that there's-
oil because that's one of the things I like to do is sort of a medium workshop where you find the medium you like. Because I found out I found out kind of later in life, like maybe in like 2016, I love Conte crayons.
I still like pens.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
pencils.
have you seen? I gotta find this dude. He does these incredibly like almost photorealistic portraits with just big ballpoint pens.
And is it like pointillism?
No, like he's like shading and coloring in it. I don't know exactly how he does it, but it's amazing. Like it's crazy. I'm sorry, I stepped all on that.
No, that was good. No, that was perfect. That went right with everything we were saying. Okay, so DJ Mary Jane, get
Yes,
off your
ma'am.
watch, girl. We got more questions.
God just sent me a message.
I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so no, you're fine. So club sets or festival performance?
Oh, that's a good one.
That is.
What you think? What you think?
Because I'm a different person when I'm doing a festival and
wanna
doing a
be?
DJing at a club. Like, it's like a beast is like I turn into a werewolf in a club. Like, seriously. Yeah. Can I get a ooh?
Beast mode.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
No, so, oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I would say festival.
Okay, tell me why.
Because that goes back to me talking about like family and getting people together. She saw me in both settings actually, so it's kind of like the same damn thing, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But with festival, it's more family oriented. So I like doing the festivals.
Okay.
The club is just when it's it's like a full moon and I turn into a werewolf. It's like a whole
Did
different
that happen
person.
to you last night?
Yes, it
You
did
were
actually.
just there.
It did. It did.
Still recover.
Uh
I
huh.
like it.
Hell yeah.
That's what's up. I like it. Hell yeah. Okay. So this or that for Boxx the artist. Well, so you don't do so photography or painting?
Ooh. I do photography.
All right.
If you had to pick one.
No, if I had to pick one, I'm gonna pick painting. Only because I
Love it.
Thank
You
you.
gotta speak into it like you love it.
Look at her. She gonna put it in your face. Look at her. She shy. Look.
I am going to say painting only because I can manipulate it more.
That's fair.
She's a manipulator.
Yeah, me too. Shit, I agree with it. I want
I'm
what
not
I
a
want.
manipulator, but with creating, it's like you just have more creative freedom. And with photography, my photography would be people based. I don't really like nature or
Yeah,
stuff
fuck
like
that shit.
Not that I don't like nature, but you know what I'm saying. I'm not about to capture that and be like, "This is my art," because
But I don't know, man. That's art.
that's people based. So, if I only have to work with myself, then it's less manipulation I have to do. If I have to work with people, I have to direct them. I have to lead them.
The X factor.
I have
Yeah.
to really capture my shot. So if I have to work with anybody else other than myself, it just requires more work. I can do it, but it just requires more.
People are exhausted.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay, so then DJ Mary Jane.
Okay.
Daytime pool party or a nightclub gig? Vegas. You know how Vegas, they got all them day
Daytime
parties.
pool party. Most definitely. Hell yeah. I
Day
want to
party
see
vibes all
the
day.
champagne spraying all over the pool.
Okay.
You know, like I'll jump in the pool and shit. Like that's just how I am.
Jump in the pool. Who's gonna be DJing?
I've done it before.
You wow.
I DJ'd a pool party before.
to
It
go
was
to
a
a
lit
party
ass
like
time.
that.
They're gonna be like, you jump the pool, the DJ's in the pool.
She put because there's probably a way to let it go for a few minutes before you gotta
Yeah,
come back to
yeah,
it.
shit. A song is 3-4 minutes.
There you go.
Well,
After
back
3
in the
minutes,
day, it was
debauchery for 3 minutes. Come on
right.
back.
All it takes me is 2 minutes to jump in the pool, come out, and get back there,
I like it.
get the party started.
All right, so I'm gonna do these. Are gonna be our last. This is gonna be my last questions for you guys. Okay, so Boxx the artist, would you rather create art that evokes laughter or art that evokes tears?
That's a good one.
Oh my God.
These questions are stressing you out.
I want to create art. I want to create art that invokes thought.
Okay,
So tears.
tears.
That's my problem. I will create art that invokes tears because it's attached to emotion. I mean, laughter is attached to emotion as well, but it's a little bit more carefree. So I'm gonna say tears,
Okay.
because it could be tears of like happiness.
Yeah.
And really, like one of the portraits that I did that was in my show at Gallery 924, one of the subjects, when she came in, she stood in front of the painting and she started crying. And it wasn't because she was sad, but she felt something.
Just overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
great.
I'm gonna say tears because tears can have different emotions attached to it. Because if you laughing, it's either out of pure comedy or maybe nervousness or
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna connect more with tears because it can
It's
just
more
be-
diverse, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you're laughing, they could be thinking it looks ridiculous.
or
We
you
don't
could
know.
be crazy laughing.
Yeah,
like,
that part. Yeah. So tears can be. You're right. I respect it. I like that. Let me think. Final
Nah.
questions
Yeah,
for
we get crazy and start laughing.
right.
Like I'm about to whoop your
Some
ass.
people can cry and laugh too. I'm like one of those. I like cry and smile, and motherfuckers be like, "What's wrong? Are you okay?" And I'm
We
like,
don't know
"I'm
how to
good.
feel. Right.
I'm okay."
It's both.
My choice is tears.
All right, so tears. Let's see. Let's give DJ Mary Jane her last question. Let's see. Ooh, okay. So old school hip hop samples or more futuristic electronic beats or yeah.
Shit.
Or
All
like
right,
house
so-
music type, you know what I'm saying?
Damn, that's hard.
So yeah, that is hard for me. because,
Good.
Like
That's
instantly,
what it was meant to
Ain't that
be.
about a bitch? I'm just like, no, because when me being a DJ, I think of transitions and blending. So you saying that in my head instantly, I'm like blending those two together.
Okay.
So, but I would say because you saying hip hop samples,
Yeah, like old school. I'm thinking like, classic old school type.
hip hop samples all day.
Let's go. Okay.
Because that's something that inspired me
It's
too.
the Genesis,
so
right?
yeah,
Like, it's the
Ain't you from Detroit? How
I'm
you
from
gonna-
Detroit. I'm sorry. I mean,
It is
because
not time for the percolator.
yeah,
might
it's
be.
not
It's
always
always
time for the
time.
percolator.
Thank you. That's what I
Yeah.
feel. It's always time for the
It
percolator.
is always time for the percolator, but I think like, for instance, y'all not just gonna break out and be like that percolator, but y'all like instantly start rapping Black Sheep, like, you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
But typically, a lot of house music is repetitive. Like they're gonna say the same thing over and over again. But like hip hop, that shit meant something back then. It was like culturalistic. I don't know if that's a word, but
It is now.
It is
Shit.
can I bring up a
I like
point,
it.
like something that kind of got glazed over because we have this like really fast media cycle. But remember when all them hostages were getting killed in Iran, like earlier in the summer?
That was terrible.
And stuff like that. A lot of the people they listed in their biography, these are Iranian people, hip hop artists. They were rappers.
Wild. You did that.
Yeah,
And I was like,
and
what?
to me, I'm like, that's incredible. Like the fact that it has become a language for protest all over the. That's what
It
it
is.
is identified as and it's a type of protest art all over the world for power structures. And it's great.
That's a good segue. I like
But that again, to me, I feel like it just goes back to being Black because
We're so
we have
Black.
so much to say, and the things that we have to say, it affects people around the world,
It does.
and we don't ignore it. So
It's great to the global struggle of oppressed people and the fact that they can look like and be like, yeah, that's what that looks like. I can totally relate to, and the fact that people want to learn English so that they can understand hip hop lyrics. That's wild. Because they felt it before they even understood what was going on.
I just wish they took in our culture like they did our music.
Well,
Like our
That's a no. That's a whole
take
nother
us in
episode.
all
the culture
together.
in. It's
That's
just
a
us as
whole
the people.
nother
It's like-
episode, girl. We can be here for
Okay.
another 3 days talking about
Yeah.
and unpacking that.
Yeah.
Because people want to cherry pick stuff and, you know,
Everybody wants to be a nigga.
but don't
But
nobody
nobody
want
want to be a nigga.
When it's time to be a nigga.
Yeah,
Bull.
that's just it. Because it's not easy. It's just the same
It's
thing as being an
not.
artist. You know what I'm saying? Like we talk about the journey and stuff like that, and about the, you know, creating the art and how messy that can be and how time consuming and hard it can be. So I think that that's a really great segue into the end of the show, because life does inspire art. It inspires us to create art and share it, and there's so many different ways that we can do that, and there's so many different
And you
messages.
are an artist.
Yes, we all are.
We are all artists.
Absolutely. Our
Yes,
life
we
is
are.
art. And I feel like, you know, that's something I want to show. Like, that's something that I do want to encourage people to know. And I think that it just takes practice, like what, you know, Boxx was talking about earlier. Just taking practice and acknowledgement to really, like, feel comfortable sitting in the reins of that, because there's a lot of power in it. And I think sometimes that's what we're fighting, is the power that we have. When we really see the potential for the power that we have to really affect change and to really touch people, it can make you feel a way. You be like, okay, do I really want to, you know, but lean into it, you know, even though it's scary. Because what I can say is you guys have inspired me. I mean, as far as this podcast goes, this has been my favorite thing, is just meeting people like you guys, other people that are creating art. Because it's like, yo, I get to talk to interesting people. I get to see what they're doing, talk to them. So I want to thank you guys for being on the show today. And before we wrap it up, I do want to give you guys another chance to shout yourselves out to our listeners. Let us know where we can find you on social media.
I'll go
all the
first.
things.
'Cause-
DJ Mary Jane. Don't not the hand wrist combo of
Damn.
Listen. I ain't gonna even say nothing.
Go ahead.
I just want you to close it out, because I know you're gonna do it. I know you're gonna close it out if don't nobody else close it out.
I'm gonna close it out or either start it over.
Go ahead, DJ Mary Jane.
All right, I'm DJ Mary Jane. Again, you can catch me at DJ Mary Jane Detroit on DJ Mary Jane Detroit on Instagram, on all social media platforms. And thank you all so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Boxx the artist.
Is it my turn?
It's your turn, love.
Because I am going to close it out, but also reiterate to come to Artifact here in the Stutzman building, 1060 North Capitol Avenue, downtown Indianapolis, zip code 46204. You know what I'm saying? Tickets are available on Eventbrite, free. We also have VIP tickets as well. And again, just come and support that event. We are creating a platform for visual artists, have DJ Mary Jane curating the music and infusing art and music to create just a dynamic exposition where we're highlighting creative entrepreneurs in the city of Indianapolis. December 10th, Artifact, December 10th at the Stutz Building downtown. Tickets are available on Eventbrite, free, but please RSVP so we can monitor capacity. And we have creative entrepreneur vendors, live DJ Mary Jane with the sounds curating our music, and we have an art gallery featuring over 13 visual artists, artists of color from Indianapolis, and creative entrepreneurs from Indianapolis.
I like it. And we'll be there.
And featuring F.A.B Podcast, the Fake Ass Book Club,
Let's
you know.
go.
You guys will be there with your setups.
And also, I'll be doing a live paint.
A live
It's going to be a lot going on, y'all. Don't miss it. You'll be like, oh, I wish I went to that.
See?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I wanted to
That's
make
exactly
that-
why I went last, because I knew she was gonna lay it all
No, I
out.
wanted to make that segue about the event.
No,
because we didn't
I
really get into
know.
that.
No, that's
I
good.
know,
It
that's a good
deserves all of
thing.
that space, though, because it's a
Exactly.
big event. It's a big deal, and we
Yes.
want you guys to come out and
Yes.
enjoy. And we have all the
Artifact,
things.
artifact,
So if you
artifact.
think you're not included, if it's everything for everybody. We got music, we got art, we got podcasts. We are art. So
We got
will be
free
there.
parking.
You know what I'm talking
Free
about?
parking.
Free
because it's
parking.
Sunday.
It's
part.
Sunday.
Sunday.
Sunday fun day.
And your body belongs to you.
It does.
So make
It's
some
true.
art with it.
Or have some fun with it.
Art's
That
fair.
could be art.
When you said that, I just instantly thought of the when them girls put paint on their butt and they like put it on the canvas.
Boom.
Did y'all see that?
That's beautiful. I love
is.
it.
It's nice.
I
It's definitely
encourage
nice.
it.
Well, Boxx the artist, please shout yourself out one time.
Absolutely. So you can follow me on all social media platforms. Boxx the Artist, BOXX the Artist. All social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter. Boxx the Artist. You can visit www.boxtheartist.com to collect art. So you can always visit me in the Stutz building. I'll be here for at least about 2-3 more months. So let's get it in. And
Hopefully longer.
Hopefully. So that we are located at 1060 North Capitol. I'm Suite 105-4. But, you know, just walk around till you find me. I'm on the first floor.
Oh yeah, I forgot my website.
I like it. Put it on there, girl.
MaryJaneENT.com.
Listen.
That's it.
Boom. Put the explosion after that, please.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Put it on the flow.
Yes. Okay, guys, so it's time. It is time to spin the wheel to see what we're going to talk about next time. So spin it! Okay, you guys. So Rest is Resistance, a manifesto by Trisha Hersey. I am super excited to talk about this. This got put on my radar because of the Create Connect collab.
Tasha Matt?
Yes, Tasha. Girl,
Yeah.
I gotta read it now. You inspired me. This is
I
life
DJ for
inspiring
them.
art.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, it's
That's
full
where I saw y'all
circle
at.
right now, y'all. Life
That's how we know
inspires
we're
art.
living right.
We're living right. So I can't wait to get into it. You guys, we're gonna come back and talk about that. Hopefully you enjoyed our episode. And Kat,
If you
have
did,
anything to share?
prove it. Like, go write us some reviews. Y'all don't be writing
that.
reviews.
Write reviews.
Write reviews,
Holler at
y'all.
us.
And also, how hard is it to do this? Just like our stuff.
Y'all
Thumbs
do
up.
it if y'all got service at a black-owned business.
Right? Right?
Don't tell the truth,
So
DJ Mary
just,
Jane.
just
I'm
if
just
you love
saying.
us, prove it.
Yeah, that's true. Just, send us some love. You
I'm
guys,
like
we
an
do appreciate
activist.
your comments. We appreciate all the love. Follow, like, subscribe, do all the things. And I guess that's it for this episode, you guys.
I hate it because I hate when it's over a little bit.
I know.
But at some point, it has to.
It does.
But
Okay,
we'll be
friend.
back.
We did it. And you guys, we'll see you next week. Thank you to our special guests. You guys were so much fun. And peace until next time.
Before we go, we must give thanks to Urban Nerd for providing our music, and legal services were handled by Trezanae M. Atkins. If you like what you heard, please feel free to join us every Wednesday for another fake-ass book club. Cheers.
Thank you guys for listening. You can check us out at thefabpodcast.com. Please subscribe, rate, and review our podcast wherever you're listening right now. We want to hear from you. Come put it in our life. Thanks again, and until next time, peace, love, and the Fake Ass Book Club. We out.